It's not that I don't doubt.
I won't do it again.
That's a lie.
I love sharks.
I love mermaids. I'm glad we both love this topic. Okay. Welcome to the BLT Podcast.
I'm Beatrice.
And I'm Lexi.
And we're spilling the tea on our latest curiosities.
Which is, as you will tell by her very cute aquatic theme, sharks and mermaids.
Sharks!
This is a special topic for us because we both love them both, which is different than how our tops have been. So this is going to be a lot of yapping. So because this is the BLT pod, we do like to sandwich our topics with some just regular chit chat. So what is our top layer of bread today?
My pet peeve is the term aura farming. If you have really good aura and you're like presenting yourself, you should be like you should be like a great light, inviting everyone to like shine their own way.
Yeah.
And the term aura farming, I'm like,
no.
It makes me not, so what, I don't know what the alternative.
What if it's just like good vibes only? What if we just go back to the beginning where we need to be? It's just like good vibes. Like you don't have to be farming everything. Like everything doesn't have to be like I never even thought about that because like, yeah, aura is literally
it's the term, like the actual words. Like if you're going to allude to someone having really great presence and like stepping into who they truly are meant to be, and like I've seen it referenced a lot with the Odyssey, like associating it with farming is like, oh, there's a harvest and there's
they're
like
pulling
a
it
certain
from
amount
other
of,
people.
there's a certain amount of like crops to like pick from versus it just being like an expansive metaphor. I don't know.
Yeah, see, when you say aura farming to me, like I actually don't know. I don't have any concept of it. But like when you think aura farming, if I have no concept of it, I'm like, oh, they're pulling all the aura in the room and they're like making themselves like the largest presence in the room. And that makes me feel gross because when I think of aura, like I've never met someone that's like, oh my god,
good aura that you're like then also feel terrible.
And I always only feel like more fulfilled by those people because I'm like, oh my gosh, they're great. So like I don't feel like that's farming. So like that's
what's the aura?
I just like see my brain goes aura fairy.
Oh my god,
sprinkling aura around the place, like
aura
literally.
Fairy. Or a mermaid.
Or a mermaid.
Or a
mermaid aura. Maybe we should say mermaid aura. They have mermaid aura.
Or a mermaid. Well, mermaid mindset is one of my things, but I won't get ahead of myself.
Okay, but yeah, no, it's such an interesting concept because maybe we'll have to like ruminate on that. I'll probably be thinking about it the rest of.
Aura fairy, because aura fairy, like the whimsical.
Yeah, but it's just like, I've never met a person with a good aura that like I feel like they're pulling anything from the rest of the room. It's just like they fill the room with so much like, even when it's like more powerful, like I've never felt in front of a person. But I think that's also then when you consider like how some people judge other people's energy. The people that have like coined it aura farming in a room of a more powerful person feels inferior as opposed to heightened by them. So I kind of
jealousy.
Yeah.
Which doesn't look good on anyone.
No.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's why aura maxing or farming makes you feel gross.
So Agamemnon is standing there, they're baiting Troy, and it's amazing. And it's like all eyes are on him. He looks like phenomenal. And I feel like people have been coining that as, oh, that's aura farming. But it's not. It is definitely related to his aura of like, I run this place now, but I wouldn't say aura farming.
Yeah, so that's he's like just an aura, like Matt's aura. Like I hate to say it, but like literally he's just like full best aura in the room. Yeah, that's you calling it aura farming is just showing how little self.
It's kind of like greedy and like
because people assume that anybody with a good aura in a room that can walk into any room like with the power like that are as selfish as they are internally.
And that's, I don't think the case.
Nope, I agree with you. I just don't know how to fix it. You know who has the biggest aura in the ocean? Sharks.
I love sharks.
I love sharks.
I do. I have a respect for them. As a kid, I had a like huge phobia of them. I had a nightmare that my parents were eaten by them, and was like hysterical for a while.
Yeah, my first memory of sharks was I think whatever shark movie it was where like they were in a building and the shark just like rooms just kept filling with water and like the shark just kept chasing them through the building. I'll never forget. I drove home. My mom drove home that night from her friend's house, and I like literally as a child envisioned the whole street filling with water and a shark chasing us home. Like that's my memory Like
Fun
my first
times.
memory. But
To be a child.
I've grown. So we do need to structure our conversation this time because we both love our topic. So the first one I want to answer to you, you asked, is Shark Week still a thing? And when is Shark Week? Great news. It's today. Shark Week started this week. Still on Discovery.
Amazing.
Started July 29th.
Okay.
This year, it's on HBO Max. So if you haven't watched at the time, you can still watch it. I will also put a plug in. A lot of my research was done. A lot of my watched 2 shark shows this week. Pull my arm. Twist it.
Eat your arm. No. Soul Surfer, anyone? Do you remember that? What? Okay, different childhoods.
But from Avatar?
No, Soul Surfer, the woman where her arm is bitten off by a shark, and it's a whole. Yeah, we did different households.
Okay, perfect. That's okay. But what was I saying? Oh, Disney Plus also is partnered with National Geographic. So if you want to watch their version of shark stuff, it's also on Disney Plus. Okay. That was kind of free ad, but that's okay. So Shark Week. Okay. A couple things I want to just address off the top, just so that you don't have your hopes up. You did ask me about hammerhead sharks. I don't mess with hammerhead sharks. Hammerhead
they're
sharks.
So funny. They're like, how do you? They're
not part of what I'm interested, so I didn't get into the answer for you.
If you know
why the question was,
they are the way they are. Like, tell me. They're so like, how in evolution did an animal become the way they are now? Because
right, yeah. And so definitely a worthwhile question if something like a hammerhead doesn't mess with your brain.
How is that an advantage to have your eyes like further? I don't know.
They literally, their literally biggest prey is stingrays, because they have to have something flat to the ground. Like, I personally think hammerheads are stupid. I didn't want to say it. I don't mean to be crazy, because I do love sharks.
But they're so funny. Okay, anyway,
yeah, they freak me out. You also asked me about amphibians, and if there is a closely related amphibian to a shark. I don't care about amphibians, therefore I didn't learn about them either. What I will tell you, sharks is my very, very special interest. Okay. As you're seeing, it's a very small window.
It's okay.
But what I will say is where the question was coming from is fair, because this is where I like to kind of separate. This is where my entire conversation about sharks and excitement gets from sharks. Okay. So I'd like to say, when we talk about classification of animals, it's like kingdom, phylum, class, species, something. I'm getting it wrong. Don't use me for a research paper. The only thing that we have in common with sharks, as well as amphibians, is that we are vertebrates, which means we have a backbone.
Some of us do. Sorry.
This is where my frustration, that's also where amphibians and sharks also have gills, and they're cold-blooded, and they lay squishy eggs, but like they're not the same. And something about, I don't dislike of an amphibian. They're just not my special interest. What?
No, that's
okay.
I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
I think that sharks are the most underestimated creature and overly villainized creature due to humans looking at sharks incorrectly in their studies. I have points of reference. But so I would just like to say, from overall, all of what I'm about to tell you is about 25 years or however long Shark Week has been invented. I take 5 years off. That's how long I've watched Shark Week. I am referencing a bunch of scientists who actually dedicate their lives to sharks, and I'm not saying they are wrong. I just think their approach to observing and witnessing sharks is flawed. Because the only thing that we have in common with sharks is that we have a backbone. Otherwise, we think that we villainize them. Even when people talk about the ocean, they're like, I love an orca whale better and I love dolphins better. Well, you're talking about mammals. Why are we comparing mammals to fish? Sharks, everything about aquatic life is usually, it has a system that we don't understand. Everything we know about most aquatic life. So this is where, anyway, do you have any thoughts on what I just said?
No, I would agree. Like, a lot of it is like media. My point of reference would be like Jaws has been such a huge phenomenon, and that's shaped how we see sharks. Exactly.
And then we have movies like Free Willy, like dolphins don't do terrible things to human beings in water. Anyway, I know Free Willy's about a whale. So I was watching 2 of the documentaries I was watching. One was about, and this is how most shark, any kind of like research that I've ever seen done into sharks is trying to understand who is the alpha shark in the water.
The biggest and the
baddest. The biggest and the baddest, no matter what the environment is, no matter what species of sharks we're talking about. It just doesn't make very much sense to me. There is a show that I was watching on National Geographic called the Shark Island Showdown. Okay. And so there's an island off the coast of Australia where every single year, hundreds of different species, but hundreds of sharks, and of mostly 3 species, travel to Norfolk Island. And they are trying to determine, are there wars going off of the sides of the islands with these sharks? However, what they witnessed on the island was that at one portion of the island, there's nowhere to dispose of animal carcasses, so they throw cows off of the coast of the island. What they witnessed was a bunch of tiger sharks who traditionally aren't as social come in and they get the cow. And these scientists kept being like, there's a dusking shark off of the side. He obviously is probably waiting for the scraps. And that was happening in like the morning. And then they witnessed a turtle not a turtle getting taken down. They witnessed then another source of fish at a different part of the island at night being taken down by these dusking sharks. And they're framing the whole show around who is fighting to be the alpha shark. But when you think about it, like, I hate using human logic, because when you think about any aquatic animal or any fish, they have social structures that we don't understand. Sharks all the time swim around with helping fish. So my assumption is what's actually happening at this island is the tiger sharks know that they're going to have easy bait so they can get the larger. And then when they're all hunting and as group animals, like eating a cow carcass.
Sharks are group animals?
Most of them are not, but they're all gathering and eating basically in groups.
Because of the,
what I think is, because the carcasses are but they're only migrating there at certain times of year. So what I think is the dusking sharks, and I think it's makos or some other shark, also is coming in because their role is to protect as the tiger sharks hunt with free will. So if there's any other big animal coming in, they're going to alert them, because they were always on the fringe, but they never came in to the carcass. And then when the dusking sharks are hunting at night at those different times, the tiger sharks are around, so any other bigger sharks that could possibly come around, the tiger sharks are kind of protecting. So I think it's more like an ecosystem and not like who's the top dog. And that further comes in because I also watched the National Geographic, the Shark Reef Rivals, where they had the same conversation, but then you enter the bull shark into the mix, which is a very aggressive shark. And so what they witnessed with the bull shark when they were feeding on turtles, I believe. Don't quote me on that, but they were feeding on bigger animals. And when that was happening, all of the other smaller sharks were darting in, and they were it was very aggressive. But then at the same island, on the same reefs, when the tiger shark would take down turtles, the tiger sharks all got their bite, and then the smaller sharks came in afterwards and basically waited in a line and waited their turn, because they know we're not the big dog on campus, but they're calm and organized. So that's the ecosystem. So I think part of the problem with like you're saying with the movies and the media, but I also think it's an inherent misunderstanding of
this is how they do things.
Yeah, because so that's where you asked jokingly, which I loved, fish are friends. When do we say fish are friends, not food? Then fish are friends when they are protecting, because even tiger sharks have a blind spot, which is a great white sharks. And it's not to say those great white sharks aren't migrating to that island.
Are great white sharks only deep water?
Great white sharks, they tend to be in deeper, colder waters, but they also, at the same time of this migration, can be in, because the water's based off of the water flow. Colder water is pushing down, so that's why they think those fish were on there, why all the sharks congregate there, because it's kind of remote. But that's also part of the migration pattern of great whites. So the tiger sharks at least need somebody to be alerting them that the bigger shark is there. I think there's an understood hierarchy of sharks, and they still need protection from something. And anyway, so fish are friends, not food, when they're guarding them and being helpful. I think there is times where that is said. So, but we do shark bait, boo-ha-ha.
Shark bait.
We do love Finding Nemo in this house.
That's so fun. I would be interested to find a research center in Australia or like in those regions who are actually seeing if there's like collaboration between the different shark species.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
Because I think I think as researchers, because they kept saying like this is once in a lifetime, we've never experienced this type of behavior from sharks before. I think if you take away that like constant need for there to be conflict that humans come with,
because it's like I mean, they're like this.
Yeah.
They're trying to sell a show.
Yeah, but sharks don't know what war is, so it's like they're not at battle for their land. They all migrate hundreds of them migrate to the same waters because they know it's safe enough to go. In my head, me doing this whole argument and then saying this next line is insane. In my head, it's like, okay, well, they're on shark vacation. Go to the island.
I was thinking, like, if they're all migrating, is it going to be, like, related to a mating season of, like, you know, they're, like, solo animals, but, you know, a certain amount of months they're trying to find a partner.
And I think they're probably, like, that island is a safe place because there's easy food for everybody. They can all protect each other. All of that can happen. So I do hope to see more research because, again, this is me coming, and you said, it's entertainment, it's capitalism. They have to get people to want to watch, and now here I am talking about the show. But cannot recommend them enough. I really like the researchers. I think they're the same researchers on both. And you can just tell they just, like, love sharks, love what they do. So fun. So cool. Is it true dolphins could beat sharks in a fight? Here's my exact answer. You're gonna see how passionate I am at all times about sharks. This overall actually upsets me because dolphins and whales are mammals, and when you compare how sharks versus mammals think and operate, it's so frustrating. Dolphins are aggressive animals and have different thinking capabilities and gang up on sharks, even great whites. So the answer is yes. And they're bullies because, again, mammals have live birth. So instincts of an aquatic animal having a live birth, just general mammalian thoughts are different because they have to survive differently. And then also, like, they are usually pack animals because they have, like, thoughts like mammals. And so then anyone can get outnumbered by anything. Yeah, it really upsets me. Everyone's like really on an orca kick, and I'm going to put myself in a really dark space, but I'm like anti-orca because they keep eating great whites, and it's really upsetting me. I think they know something we don't know. But then also they like will sink a yacht, and I'm like, yay, orca. So I have I have really complicated feelings about them, but luckily I don't have to meet them.
Yeah. I have this like fascination with the ocean, and then every time I see footage of the size of a great white, I'm like, oh my god, okay, no thank you.
Yeah, they're huge. Every time I'm like 15 feet, and I'm like, that's 3 of me long. That's too much. That's too long. Have you ever like you go?
I haven't seen actual pictures, but like this giant squids around, I'm pretty sure it's in the Pacific close to Japan, where I don't know how big they are. Again, it's like the deep ocean where we don't know anything. It's
my favorite fun fact is that NASA was originally supposed to research the oceans, and they decided space was safer. Don't quote me on that. What species of shark would you be if you were? And I want to. Okay, so actually, first I'm going to say, would you swim with sharks in the Maldives? I think there's many species of sharks there. I could be wrong. I have a complicated relationship with that, with like shark diving, because unless it's being done for research purposes, I think all we're asking for is to probably distress an animal and put humans at danger. And then if the human does have an issue, the only way to save the human is by murdering an animal that's literally in their home. Yeah. So no, I probably never would unless I was literally with researchers and there was like safety. I will say that there was a Shark Island documentary that I watched once, and these men free dove to the bottom. They had a cage, but then they free dove to the bottom, and out of the cage. They got out of the cage and with great whites. And not three dove. They had the mask on, but they got out of the cage, and then they laid.
They were scuba diving.
Yeah, they were scuba diving in the cage.
I was like, that's insane.
No, sorry.
You can't hang around.
Sorry, free diving. We'll get into it. But they scuba dived to the bottom of the water, and they got out of the cage. They had witnessed 3 brother great white sharks around this island. They got out of the cage, and they were able to film them. They were not aggressive, and they pet the great white. Those men I would love to swim with, and yes, I would love to lay on the bottom of the ocean and witness a great white Granted, there was a couple scary moments, but that is the one time I would risk it, because I guarantee you they would never save me and put that great white at risk if I made the mistake, and that I'm okay with. So that I would do.
Okay.
Very specifically, I think I could make a great white with my friend. I think me and great whites could be like best friends. Okay. It's just like a water kitten.
Oh my god, so like when you're a mermaid, your pet would be a great white.
Yes. I love a great white. And then to circle back, what shark would I be if I were one? As much as I want to befriend a great white, I would definitely be a tiger shark, because they do tend to not be pack animals, but they do live usually within close proximity of other tiger sharks, so they're not social, and they are one of, like, at the top of the food chain, a little bit below great whites, but they're not assholes like bull sharks.
Okay, so is it great white, bull shark, tiger shark?
Depending on the waters, you'll probably do like a bull shark, tiger shark.
Okay.
And then a hammerhead, like reef shark, like black tips. Nurser down here with like the whales.
Yeah, because the nurse sharks are like
and like whale sharks are not. So that's so cute.
I love a whale shark.
What shark would you be?
Yeah. Is that a...
I think you would be like a little nurse shark.
Ah! Damn! Frick! Okay.
Do you want to be a meaner shark? I just don't think you're mean.
I guess that's better than if you said hammerhead, I would have been like,
no, I don't like a hammerhead. I
feel like some people look like a hammerhead shark though.
Oh, sure. Oh, there's a couple, yeah. Oh, there's a couple.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea of like being on the bottom of the food chain and like. Although it would be fun to hang out at the reef and be like, hey guys.
Right, and nurse sharks can make themselves useful to the bigger sharks and hang out. Can I be so serious? I want you to be my little nurse shark with me.
Okay.
Let's gonna hang out.
Okay.
Yeah, I just can't imagine you like, because also the whole misunderstanding with sharks is like you have to, in order to investigate the food that you want, which goes into your last question, which I do want to end on as far as shark safety. Sharks, because they are, again, fish and not mammals, so they can't use their brain to understand what they're looking at. They have to use their senses, especially at night or at dusk. Anyway, they have to investigate with their mouth. I can't imagine you having a predator that you could harm that's like big enough for you to eat. You know what I mean? Like, I think I don't want you taking down like a turtle. I think that'd hurt your soul.
Yeah, it would.
So I think as a nurse shark, you can take down like a smaller fish, and that's okay. But I don't want you to.
A vegan.
You like, see how quick
Bob,
we got to vegan?
Actually,
you see why I think you need a nurse shark.
I'm not vegan though. To be fair, I'm not vegan.
She would just become one if she was.
Wait, but would it be funny though? Like, hey Bob. Friends yesterday, today, food.
That's incredible. Whoa, you're so funny. Okay, wait, I'm obsessed with you. Okay. So to answer your last question, I did actually do research for this a little bit. I did do most of it off the dome. If you see a shark while surfing,
or
what
just
you do?
Swimming. Yeah, if I'm out in the waves, either just bopping around, surfing, whatever, and I see a shark, or I think I see a shark, what do I do?
So first part of shark safety is a couple things. We want to start before you even get in the water.
Okay.
What time of day are you strip swimming? You want to avoid swimming at like dusk or dawn, because that's when the water is the most murky. And so as we just talked about, with their senses, they are less likely to be able to see what you are in that water. So specifically on a surfboard, you are the shape, especially depending on where you are, you're the shape of a seal or a turtle. Like from underneath, they can only investigate with their senses that they have. So when it's dusk, it's harder to identify you. So that is first.
But what if then the dilemma is like, if the tide is great right at dawn, then as far as like the tide coming in, then it like.
My rule is you're in their water, so you're taking your risks. But however, if you do see one and you're like, holy shit, I would like to survive, or oh my goodness, I would like to survive, that'd be ideal. You want to, if you see a shark, avoid looking like you're in distress. So your first instinct would be to be like, there's a shark, I'm gonna start swimming fast. And then you want to kind of act like you just saw a man that you're really like, in that you saw a man in the wild that you're like, okay, he is not gonna get me. Be assertive and be serious about where you're going, keep your head up and be aware. As soon as a shark sees a strong stroke, they know that they're not like bears. They're not going to chase you. They want easy. That's why they're attacking from below. So you want to do strong, sure strokes. Make sure that you're moving assertively and like they cannot mess with you. I'd still pick a shark. Anyway.
Over assert? Like you
A
would
man.
still... Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, but you have to, like, literally, like, think about it, like, as if you're walking the street, you see, like, a suspicious guy, you take your headphones out, you look straight ahead, and you get yourself out of there, and you look sure and confident.
Yeah.
That's how they decide. So if you start seeing one, and you need to get out of the water, obviously, the safest way out of the water is the most direct path, unless you have to pass it. But, yes. Because the splashing is what's going to get them.
And they'll flail in.
Yep. And then if you do, unfortunately, find yourself, because you didn't follow my above instructions, in the mouth of a shark, you do want to aim for their eyes if you can, because their eyes usually roll. And this is mostly great whites. Not all sharks have eyelids, but their eyes will roll into the back of their head, which makes them less defenseless. And you want to punch with all your might at their nose, because usually that will
like
release.
Down.
You want to try whatever the best angle is. So, like, if you're in front of it, you want to try, like, you're in water, though. So you have to, like, think about where the water's, this is hard. Push. Yeah. So, but you, as hard as you can.
So, a shark's coming at me, I should
well, not if a shark's coming at you. If you're already in the shark's mouth. If the shark is coming at you.
And I'm like, get off my leg.
Yeah. Then it's punch in the nose. Realistically.
I hope I never have to do this, but now I know.
Yeah. I usually tend to avoid the ocean now. Because it's their house, and I don't want to put them in a situation where I get them in any trouble. So, I respect that. So those are all. Well, I did avoid some other questions that I just didn't have any interest in, but
that's okay.
But yeah, so those are our shark facts.
Yay! Thanks so much for sharing.
Yeah, what's your favorite shark?
What's my favorite shark? I feel like a blue whale shark. They're so pretty. I would love to swim with a blue whale shark.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
I feel like I'm closer to that than a nurse shark, but
yeah.
I don't.
Well, yeah, definitely.
I don't know what their temperament is besides them looking fun.
Their temperament is very good, and they have a good relationship. That's fair. I think that I can agree with that. Okay. I just didn't want to call you a whale shark because that just seems.
But like the blue spots, I made a sticker. I made a sticker of a blue whale shark.
I colored isn't that what they have in the Atlantic, at the Atlanta aquarium?
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a whale shark, and she like has her spots and stuff. I just colored a picture of her.
So cute.
So cute. We love a shark.
So cute.
We love a shark. We love a cracker.
A cracker?
A different time. A different day. If I ever can convince you to let me talk to you about the Real Housewives franchise, we're going to talk about Alicia in a way that we love a shark, we love a cracker, we love Alicia. But now, what? And as you said, my pet would be a great white shark.
Yes.
If I were a mermaid. Mermaid time. I'm so excited.
If I had a pet as a mermaid, I feel like a turtle would be really fun, or an octopus. Like imagine having them wrapped around.
Yeah.
My.
Ooh, I do like the idea of an octopus not in a cage.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then it's like if you're like trying to figure something out, you have like an octopus to help you out.
They're so smart.
They're really smart.
Love an octopus.
Have you watched My Teacher the Octopus? Or you would love it. It's a beautiful documentary. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. I cried watching it. It was beautiful. Now I'm going to talk about mermaids because I'm doing a mermaid summer mini-series
yes.
on YouTube and all the places. And I will be answering your questions, but first I'm going to use this definition from fandom because I thought, you know what? It's a lovely descriptor of like the vibes of the mermaid that I really like because they're wild, seductive, freedom craving. Mermaids represent the feminine power of water, strong, nurturing, loving, pleasure seeking, and beautiful, yet at the same time untamable, fierce, and shockingly independent. And I want all of those things.
Yes. No, yeah.
I think like growing up I was the kid that was always in the water, like in the ocean, like swimming in a creek, like I was the one that like wanted to just like I think one of my nicknames was like water newt.
My family literally called me a fish. They call me the family fish.
Yeah, because it's like so much fun and like you're flying. I don't know. I love
when you feels like you're flying through the water when you're doing it. Got a certain
Yeah, and I wanted to have a way this summer to kind of like chase what I would love to see come to life in my life and keep it still like fun and whimsical, because I do like, we all need a little bit more whimsy. So I thought calling it Mermaid Summer would make it more of that, instead of like, 75 hard or like maxing something. Like I needed that like soft fun thing, even though it's still like a lot. So the 5 things that I am trying to do every day are flirting with my future, self-expression with my fashion or with how I dress, moving my body every day, sharing something beautiful with someone, and nourishing my mind with reading. So far it's been a fun way to see if I'm like living each day fully and adding a little bit more whimsy. You asked me, are mermaids an urban legend or are they too deep for us to know about? I think it's all up for interpretation. Like, we don't know enough about the ocean, and like, I don't think that there's anything that, like, I don't know, we don't know what we don't know. I'm not going to be like advocating for like research around if there's mermaids alive or not, but if I go to the Mermaid Fair next year, Coney Island, like, maybe that could be fun. That's a big, I think it's a big mermaid celebration, happens every year. I think it's an interesting like subculture of like dressing up, like having like a mermaid tail and like swimming around, which in some ways really scares me because like it's very limiting, but I like the myths around mermaids.
Well, mermaids, anyone who has to, your core strength has to be insane.
To be doing butterfly, like, but yeah, it's not
so impressive. Every time I've ever seen a woman in a mermaid town, like, yeah, absolutely, you could take down anything. Like, strongest, like, also the dedication to do that. Love.
Yeah.
Love women.
I would love to make like a whole, well, I guess I got sidetracked with doing some of this research on like, if I were to make like a mermaid world, like what would it be like would it be similar to like the different like fairy worlds of like everyone has like a little job, work at the sea, like exchange with the currencies, like
what
do you like seduce the pirates and then pawn all their stuff? Do you sell shiny little things? Do you work with the maybe there's like really grumpy seaweed farmers who like only eat seaweed and you can tell. Like, I don't know, there's so many
I think what you're seeing on my face is my discomfort of adding capitalism to mermaid world.
Okay, I should have started there. It was just currencies is like fun.
No, it is funny, and I do get what you're saying, but as soon as you told me I have to do a job, maybe.
A skill, a little like, let's like swim to this like neighborhood coral home and like have a seashell bed and like,
okay, yeah,
I don't know,
like okay, so you don't
like,
have to trade currency for a job, but like I'm being useful, like I'm helping the fish like organize their stuff with my hands,
yeah, like
because
we have like a underwater village, and like there's like the animal like sanctuary where like if a fish like swims in and like needs some help, we help them.
Okay, yeah, I take it back. Sorry, you're
not
right.
exactly. If there's
you're
like
right.
someone, I don't know how you would like eat or like cook underwater, but there's like someone helping, making sure we're all getting the right nutrients.
You're
from
right.
them. Maybe there's like different coral. I don't know.
No, wait, I'm obsessed.
That kind of.
Yeah, okay.
And then I mean that could be a whole drama of like there's some random mermaid who's like, oh, there's currents and like we gotta like take advantage of the currents and the big currents coming in. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a tangent.
No, you're so right. I'm so sorry. I dismissed it. I just heard work and it made me upset.
Sorry, I was like, I should have started.
Zoned me out.
I'll say like pick your like mermaid hair color and your mermaid tail color and like maybe your one little accessory, and then you have like a little like sea creature pet that's more of like a friendship, not a like, that pet is confined to your space kind of thing.
They choose to hang out with you because they're your friend.
Yeah.
So wait, can you give me your mermaid color tail? But no, I'm just saying I've stopped listening to you because that's all I was thinking about. So I'm waiting for your answer.
Okay, I would have like a iridescent purple, blue tail with like maybe accents of pink because I'm. What? There's so many colors.
No, tell me what your hair color would be because I want to tell you what my answer was. If you say what I think.
Like platinum blonde.
Okay.
Or pink. Or maybe it's like glow in the dark. Wouldn't that be fun?
No, I'm obsessed with it.
And then my like animal friend, sea turtle or octopus. Or what are those? Oh, a grouper. They're like the big fish that are like.
Oh, you want to befriend?
I think
That's
it'd be
cute.
funny. It'd be funny.
I want one to be my neighbor so I can like befriend them through life.
Oh.
I love an old I love like a
big grouper.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I love like a cute old neighbor. Yeah.
Okay,
what's close friends just moved in next to like the cutest old lady and she's like always outside and she's like, hi, how are you? I'm like, I'd do anything for you. She's the sweetest. Anyway.
Okay. Mermaid hair.
Mermaid hair would be a lavender, like a light purple.
Okay.
My tail would be like a coral orange.
Woo!
And the bra would be like a turquoisey, and then the tail would have like the purple
of the
corally in the tail. Yeah, that would be mine.
Oh, I didn't think of my bra.
Yeah, well, you said purple tail, didn't you? Mm-hmm. I was expecting you to say orange hair because then we would have been like flipped of each other. That's why I got it. That's why my face got like that. I was like, tell me your hair color.
Maybe an orange glow in the dark, and you would have a
great white shark. Yeah. That's so fun. That would be my best friend. Yeah.
So fun. Can I tell you about different mythologies?
Please. That is what I'm so excited.
So this is again like not. I would love to have spent more time on this, but this is a loose suggestion. There is an Assyrian god. So this is like east of the Mediterranean.
Okay.
West of Asia, that area.
Okay.
In Assyria, there was a water god who I know.
Laugh.
She was like worshipped, and I wish I had this myth down to a T, but essentially what I remember from my research is she fell in love with a man, and I think they had kids together, and that like broke her like royal status, and what she tried to do was like essentially like unalive herself and throw herself into a lake, but because of her goddess nature, she was still alive and turned into a mermaid, and so she's this like sad mermaid longing for her lover, which is really sad. And it reminds me of the other La Llorona, which is a Latin American myth of this woman who, I forget how she came to be, but the myth is like, don't go to the water at night because you hear this woman wailing for her kids that she drowned because she's like,
wow,
creepy.
Can I do a small tangent?
Mm-hmm.
That makes me think of why so many people merge sirens and mermaids.
Yes.
Because of the wailing is sirens, and if okay.
Yes, and I think with like the mythologically correct sirens are like bird-like and not at all related to like a fish, but they are like at the ocean. I think maybe it's tied to like this mysterious, like, you know, men at sea not being able to tell what hand is their left and right, and wanting to hope that maybe manatees are mermaids, which is another thing. The name of the goddess from Assyria is called Atargatis. Atargatis. I'm so sorry about that pronunciation. And she was worshipped for like 4,000 years ago, and was like, you know, the celebrated one of like, I don't know. I'd love to know her.
She sounds great.
She sounds amazing. Another like woman goddess myth is Mami Wata, which is in West Africa, like Nigeria and Ghana. Again, tied to prosperity and like abundance. It also is not just tied to ocean, it's like tied to rivers too. I would love to understand more of that, and because of how history unfolded, there is still ties to Mami Wata in the Caribbean. So your question is, with The Little Mermaid, switching gears a little bit, do you think The Little Mermaid would be accurate to the underwater life hierarchy? Do you mean like circle of life stuff, or just like if a mermaid...
Poseidon is in charge of the whole ocean, and then his daughters are like here, and then everyone else kind of like serves them. That, but I'm thinking very Disney. So there's definitely
very Disney.
The actual little. I don't know.
My personal take is that yes, I think Poseidon would be like, he's the god of the ocean, but Ursula in a lot of ways had like rightfully so a reason to be mad at her brother,
right?
And I think, you know, she was a little mean to the poor Ariel, but like she had no reason.
When you put it that she's mad at her brother,
yeah, I'm like, she got to do her thing. So I think if we want to like play mermaids together, because I would love to do that, it would be so fun.
End up nothing.
I feel like having more whimsy and like being motivated out of a place of like vibes, I don't know, like curiosity, and not just like, because I think there's this like, there's a lot of stuff around bettering yourself that I think is just like another form of like productivity that is just isn't healthy for anyone. And I think you can strive to be a better, and even using the word strive, like you can become a better person by like listening to your curiosities. And I like that they're like, mermaids are the overlap of like the human world and this like mystical oceanic world that we don't, I mean, even this is like in mythological terms, like we don't fully understand, and like being able to be in both worlds is exciting. Or like, I like that, being on the edge of
I love that
something. So what other questions do you have about mermaids?
So what got you into like looking into the mythology of mermaids and like looking at them like this?
Because I wanted to test my understanding of mermaids with how they came to be. I'm always down for learning the mythology of something. And I realized that like my only reference was Disney, and I know that like, another thing that I don't want to forget is the Scottish Silkie are like another form of like mermaids, and they have their own myths, and I don't know. I think because I love understanding how people tell stories and teach life lessons that way. Because it's like a human, I think maybe that's why everyone's obsessed with the Odyssey, is it's like one of the original, not the original, but like telling stories it makes us human, right? And understanding the like first interpretations of those stories, I think brings some like grounded perspective as like how we're doing things. I don't know. How
society it looks like at the time that the story was told in that perspective. Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
So the mermaids and the whimsy. I love that. I've been wanting to ask you for so long, like, what made you pick mermaids? So I like when you explained it at the top. No, but like I like how you've added it in. I love that. That's awesome.
I also think if like because I naturally love mermaids, and I knew that I wanted to have some sort of like, I didn't even want to call it a summer challenge, but like a summer thing to focus on. Making it fun is going to make it so much more better. And instead of saying like, I'm going to be better by September, October, or like, struggling to make it work.
Said you added whimsy to it.
Added whimsy.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. All right. Mermaids. Okay.
Any other questions about mermaids?
What is your stance on H2O? the show?
I would love to watch it. I haven't watched it yet. But I found out I got so distracted. I started watching it because you can watch it for free, and I will be binging it because it's so fun.
Binge it. It's so good. I can't wait to hear your take. Actually, can you live talk to me as you watch the show?
Sure.
You know how we already talk. Our text message is literally like podcast, personal. If we could add in you watching H2O. No, literally. So you're watching the new one, right? With like Cleo.
You
have no idea.
I picked the first season. First episode.
Okay, good.
Claire.
So
it makes
good.
me want to go to Australia.
It makes me want to be a mermaid. Yeah. Oh my god, I would love to be a Bacon mermaid.
Lexi, you are a mermaid.
So are you. Oh my gosh, I love. Yeah. Incredible.
Also, wait, I want to just add
yes,
that
please. I was gonna make sure.
I'll
hold it for you so you can talk about it.
I think it'll be fine. It has been fun. I've been busy with a lot of things, so it's been hard to like openly share about it, but
have you felt like your life has been more whimsical with doing these things?
Even just looking at it, I'm like, move my body.
Yeah.
Move my body.
But these are also like
so fun.
Love that these are.
It's mind, body, soul, community, and skill.
I want to make sure people can see like how cool this is. Yeah. Like the summer is a little mermaid tail under your hand, your signature. Yeah. I'm like obsessed with how good this is. Yeah. I'm glad you're proud of it. That's awesome. Love that. Yeah. Our aquatic episode. I love. All right. So, as it is the BLT Pod, time to sandwich with real life. How was your weekend? Do you know where you were?
Good. Where was I at 10 p.m.? I did some modeling this weekend. I'm flirting with my future by seeing if that's something I'm interested in. I reached out to a brand, got connected with a photographer. It was a good time. It's a lot of work, so, I mean, to be expected, but I liked a lot of it. I think I would be interested in exploring it more. So.
And do we know when it's going to be live, your modeling? No, but
I don't know yet, but I feel like in the next few weeks, and you will know.
We'll make sure it's everywhere. I did get a teeny tiny preview. She looks so good. You look so good. Love.
Yeah. And it was all shot in just film, so we did some like videos, so like I know what the looks look like, but I don't know what they look like, so.
I love that.
Yeah.
So fun.
What did you do this weekend?
Saturday night, I met a friend out in Philly, which I love, go Birds. And we were just like trying to just have a fun, cool day. And we went to it was we went to a really cute place for dinner. Great food. I got a salad. I don't listen to this cycle. We then went to a comedy show. It was touted on the website as a dating game comedy show. I will tell you, there's not much dating. There's a lot of comedy, and I'm just gonna tell you the premise of the show. Okay. So I was like, everybody kind of like, no one on the website could tell you what it was. Everybody in the audience didn't know what we were signing up for. So like everybody kind of thought like, oh, we were gonna go do like a dating show, and like maybe we'll do like fun things on the stage with like comedians. Right? That was what I thought. It's very comedy forward. There were there were 4 comedians and then 3 people that like emceed the show. They did their comedy stuff. I could have left without some, but that's fine. And then the 4 comedians did their stand-up sets. That, again, could have done without some, but that's fine. You know, people have their own form of comedy. And then they did challenges. So 2...
Dating challenges? Okay.
I can't classify them in any way. I'm just going to describe them to you. Sure. So what happened was 2 people decided they were going to be the dates for the night. They listened to the comedians and they got to pick their 2 people they wanted to be partnered up with for the night. And then 2 people from the audience raised their hands if they wanted to be the other 2 comedians. So then they're all challenging each other for the rest of the night.
What?
So the first one was pyramid, like celebrity pyramid, where like you have something on the wall, and then like, or like the person you can see the clue, but the person you can't. And so then they would like say that, but like no one really understood the rules. So everybody, including the audience, was just kind of like yelling out the hints to make sure everyone got it. So that was its own version of like, one of them was pickup lines. And when I say when the man did not the pickup, like the cat calling lines, it was like, how you doing, good looking? Not kidding. 4 women in the audience went, that's so scary. Me and the person next to me grabbed each other's hands. We were like,
I'd take a shark. I'd take a shark.
Take a shark. And then the next one was dare or dare. They said it used to be truth or dare, but they changed it to dare or dare.
Oh, wow. If it's dare or dare, just name it something else.
And one was a hard one and one was an easy one. And so the first one was like, okay, either the easy one is kiss your partner anywhere on their body with their consent, or do a lap dance. So they picked kiss the person with any part of your body, kiss the arm. Okay, that's fine. The next couple get something that's like, do the lap dance, or like the easy one is like, or like, I don't remember, but it was like something super easy, like hug your partner. Mm-hmm. Then we get to like the next couple, and these 3 couples all kind of seem like game to like do crazy stuff. The sweetest, like gentlest couple, their 2 things, it was like hard one, do a 10-second lap dance, or call a friend and tell them that you got engaged on the show. And then the second one was either like strip and give your partner an article of clothing, or peck your partner on the lips. Now, what in the world? Whatever. They disappear for a couple seconds, and we play a music guessing game. Fine. They come back to various. I can't show the podcast what I'm about to show Beatrice for the privacy of the people I'm talking about, but they come out with various rice cake tied to parts of their body.
What the?
And the next challenge is they all have to eat these rice cakes as fast as they can.
Oh my.
And then when they're done, that's what you think you're seeing. One of the rice cakes was, she was the hottest woman I've ever seen, but like she was so hot, and I don't know why she picked the guy she did, but they basically have to eat these rice cakes off of their partner's body, and then the person who had the rice cake tied to them has to take a fruit by the foot and eat it, like strung out without hands. And then the balloons came out. They had to pop the balloons with their body parts, couldn't use hands, and you couldn't use just your crotch every time. When I tell you, I saw so much. One couple laid on the ground. I don't even want to do the position that they got in, but crotch to crotch jumped multiple times together to pop this balloon, like at full force. Yeah. Another one, it was like behind the girl's back, and her partner just kept readjusting his hands on her boobs and just like trying to pop it between. One time a girl like went to step on the balloon between a guy's crotch, and everyone gasped. It was, and then at the end the points meant nothing. I don't think they kept score. I was trying to keep score because I care about the rules. They weren't, and then they won based off applause instead of points. What was the point of the points then? That was actually what made me the most mad the whole night. And you even know what made me more mad too, because and that made me more mad than anything. I was like, well, how many points did they get? Because the whole point of the balloon game was based off of creativity. You're either going to get 1 point or you're going to get 3 points. And the balloon didn't pop, you didn't get any points. These people are crotch jumping and not even telling me how many points they're getting. I should get to keep score of the points. Mm-hmm. But I couldn't. So that was a great night. A memory I can never get rid of. Yeah, terrifying, but it was still good fun. It was fun. Nice to I get to, I love going to meet friends' places.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good.
It's all good stuff.
Yeah.
So, tiny update before we close our sandwich. We will not be here before we put our sandwich all together. We cut it in half. I'm just trying to make her laugh. We will not be here next week. We're just taking a week off because we can, and this is for fun for us. But we will miss you. Also, big ask, please. I'm going to start asking for this. If you would like to random topics, we may or may not have mentioned them, that you want to hear about. Mm-hmm. If you have questions, we do know we are talking right off the dome. So there may be things that we didn't address that you want us to address. We do have a couple places you can go.
Yeah.
You can email us at therealbltpod@gmail.com. Everywhere else. All else places. We are
in the place of online. Please email.
Online documentary you can address with _BLT_pod on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. We are nowhere else yet. But we will be eventually.
Yeah.
But yeah, follow us there. Ask us questions in the comments.
Yeah.
And our personal pages, we are the only things that are followed. So if you want to get to know us personally, you want to follow Beatrice's Mermaid series. Where are you doing your Mermaid series at?
Right now it's going to be on YouTube. I would love to do like teasers on TikTok and Instagram. I'm hoping that this first episode about fashion or modeling specifically, flirting with the idea of being a model, will be out this week. So
perfect. And that is your YouTube?
Or actually, yeah, just my name. You can find me there.
Perfect. Yeah. And I will put her link below so you can go find that and us everywhere.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for
sticking around
and enjoying our sandwich with us. I think I do love it now, so we're stuck with it.
Forever.
And ever, forever and on.